What's going on, guys? This is Borrow, aka my mentor, and today is August 27th. It's Friday again. Thanks, guys. Friday is the end of August, so we already passed the middle of the third quarter. So like we have been through a lot of things, like so far in the the third quarter, and we know that like a lot of experts or just media keeps like saying, like also those investment bank analysts from Wall Street keep saying like it's the third quarter is a very risky and dangerous one for all the traders and investors, but at the same time we still like seeing the US stock market like keep like having like a just like breakout like for record higher and higher. And so this week is the same, like S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial just have another record high, but the same thing is like the core of the thought is never changed. The US economy and the stock market remain, although it's strong, but it's still it's strange, it's weird, it's odd. Because we have talk about that, right? For everything, every person, every events, we have to think and look at that from different aspects, because nothing can be considered with only one aspect. So when we understand Wall Street keep the institutional investor and retail investor keep pouring cash into US stock market, but when we come down, we understand that it's the US economy is not like a healthy, it's not healthily strong, right? Because this like a lot of people saying the third quarter is going to it's about a time for the economy, for the US economy to be peaking, and the Biden government is going to raise the corporate tax, and so the corporate earning the revenue, the profit margin will be narrowed further. And we know that the inflation benchmark has been the standard has been broken in the past few years, during the COVID-19 pandemic. And the money printing cycle is the major momentum and trigger for the stock market to be over flooded. And but the money printing cycle has to be ended soon, and that's also the major event today. We're gonna have a live for Jerome Powell's Jackson Hole's speech. It's gonna coming up in 30 minutes after the market open at 10, and so we're gonna keep a close eye on that. But the thing I want to share is that this today in the live stream today. Okay, so before everything, I want to mention again this channel, Borrow Investment Tour, and the live stream, the short video here are totally created for entertaining, recreational, informational, educational purpose without any financial advice. As I'm not a licensed financial advisor, I'm not a lawyer nor accountant. So please always do your investment research and due diligence for all of your trading and investment, and be responsible for your profit and loss, please. And so, but today in the live stream, I want to make a little bit change. Compared to the live stream I had in the past 2 weeks. In the past 2 weeks, because I was trying to have a lot of information to share about the China crackdown, about Chinese stocks to buy, and about the strategy, about the trading investment strategy. I will have some like adjustment between the allocation between the US stock and the Chinese stock and all that. So I mean, in the past couple of live streams, I had a lot of like information to share. So that was more like in a rush to make all the live stream more compact. But like today, I would try to be more relaxing because today I'm not trying to just like cram a lot of information to you. Instead, I'm trying to have a review. I mean, over the entire third quarter, what have been through, and what would be the strategy for our stock trading and investments among the U.S. stock, among the Chinese stock, and what's going on with some of the major events, like the event we're gonna have today, Jerome Powell's like Jackson Hole speech today, and I understand that like every time for every like the major events, the major announcements from Jeremy Powell, from Fed, from the White House, from US government and all that, the market will try to pay a lot of attention to that into very details. But the things I want to mention today is that like we're not a we're probably I believe like most of the audience in front of the video here are not professional investors or not institutional investors. Instead, we are retail investors. We're amateur day traders or investors, right? So a lot of times, do we really have to pay that much attention into so much details of all the like the events and speech? The answer is no. Answer is no, because that's totally based on my previous experience. I mean, these kind of events, I mean, the event have to be paid with attention by those institutional investors, those like analysts, those equity analysts, banking analysts, like asset managers for mutual funds, for like private equity fund, because their performance, their trading and investment performance are counted day by day. Their performance are counted daily. So the movement of their profit and loss, like for every single day, means a lot for them, because they are professional trader. They spend like 10 hours or even like 20 hours a day, like every single day after day, to follow the market, to follow like stocks, like indexes, or every assets and all that. So that's what they have to do. But for retail investors, for amateur traders and investors, we probably just have our, I mean, we'll probably have another job, right? To work for like a tech company or a marketing company, or run a restaurant or our own business. And then we spend just a part of our time for trading and investment. So we can like follow, we can like go the same way those like institutional investors and those like professional investors do. They have to be really close to the market and like every financial events and all the detail. But we don't. Sorry, I just go too far. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the chat. Thanks for the audience in the chat. So thanks for Gan, and thanks for Michael Barry. Good morning, and thanks for Snowy Sophia. Anything recommended stock during inflation? Okay, that's a good question. Thanks for this question. And because I mean, this year we have been like seeing the inflation has been like picking up since the first quarter this year, right? and the price of like the commodity price has been rising, the housing price has been rising, the labor cost has been rising, right? Right now we even going to have a shortage in labor market. And but that's, I mean, there are a lot of like reason behind it, right? Also because of the you know during the time of disaster, the COVID-19, there has been a lot of changes in people's mindsets, in people's like just um the life of value, like how we should like value our life, our family, our jobs, like and all that. So a lot of American people, European, want to quit their job. By statistic, over like 40 to 60% of American and European want have been planning to quit the job, have been planning to resign, because they found a better value for their family, from like working, from running a business by their own, etc. So there's a lot of changes in the labor market. But anyway, after all that, we have the inflation right now. We have the inflation. So, um, please, Snowy Sophia, like if you have time, please like check into another a short video I probably post in my into YouTube channel about like 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, probably in May or June. It's about just what we can do, the some of the key things we have to do, and some of the issue we have to be careful during the time of inflation. But the major things, like during inflation, um I mean, for stock investment trading, we can do some adjustment. But this is totally, I mean, it's not gonna be a matter for like day trader, or because like day trading, it's like day trading. A lot of time we look for volatility, we look for volume, we look for just like the huge up and down. So the inflation won't be I mean, inflation won't matter for day trader that much. But for like a mid to long term investment, for example, if the price like just like go up like 10%, but your return for investment, for stock investment, is only 5%, so you are in loss, right? You are in loss, right? You are in deficit. So how can we adjust? So your return from investment trading will be just kind of like will be eaten by the high inflation. So for investor looking to the mid to long run, we need to take care of inflation. And when inflation is too uh is rising, we allocate part of our asset into those like inflation protection assets, like some of the inflation protection treasury bills we can do. But that's for the very conservative asset investment asset we can do. And other than that, we change the rates, right? We change the I mean, for example, if you are like having a mortgage, if you are having your like loans, like you were, I mean, earlier you probably will have the like just the floating rate. But during time of inflation, I mean, it'll be more price worthy for us to switch into the fixed rate, to lock, because like the time, like inflation, like just right now the interest rate is really low, so it's good for us to lock the low rate for in the long term, so and also like some investor would like to because the interest rate is really low right now, so some of the investor would like to borrow some money to get into, to leverage with more loan, to buy some house, to make some good usage of the house, to rent out, or to resell, to make some like profit, to make a profit from the. So the market, the US market just opened. Let's take a look to see what's going on right here. Okay. So still turn on the moon. Screen was a little bit too quiet. Okay. So okay, so let's see. I mean, like all the time. I mean, just the trading, the demo trading system. I just cover. I just include like most of the the demo like the stock watch list here. So we can see like today, like so far. Okay. Some of the like the big movers are from like meme stock category, and Nvidia is up for about like 2%, which is not that much compared to like few days ago. Compared to the China stocks tech rally a couple of days ago, and but that's also like one of the things. So obviously we don't have that much movement in the US stock market so far. S&P 500 is up for about like 0.26%, and Dow Jones Industrial is up for about 0.19%, and NASDAQ is up for about 0.24%. Okay, so the market just opened for 2 minutes, and in like half an hour later, we're gonna have the live of like just Jerome Powell's like Jackson Hole speech, and obviously the market will be more volatile, just after 10 p.m. along the speech. But that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing we just mentioned. As a retail investor, as an amateur trader investor, we don't need to count on those things too much, because that, I mean, that unless we are we're a day trader to trade like stock index. For example, we trade S&P 500 or Dow Jones or mini Dow, those index, the futures of that. We trade the futures of that. So the intraday volatility of those like stock index will be super meaningful for us. Otherwise, if we're if we're a stock trader, if we trade stock to invest in single stocks, that, I mean, as a retail and amateur investors, those things are not that meaningful for us. But we still need to count on that. So, we will just have a live stream today to see what's going on of that. And let's see if we have some more questions. Okay, so by the way, Soviet, snowy Soviet, sorry. So for inflation, other than the things we talk about, because I mean, inflation, not everyone will be impacted by inflation, usually because the okay, I have a neighbor like shouting like outside, but I don't know what's going on. So like for inflation, the society is like turning into a like just like more is turning more extreme as an M-shaped society, right? The rich become richer, the poor become poor, right? So usually for bad inflation, for or possible stagflation, the who will be affected the most? Obviously, the rich and the poor, right? What will happen to the poor? I mean, the poor, because they already, originally they don't have enough like, income and, wealth to meet their ends needs and to survive. So the inflation will make their life even worse. Can you imagine? Because the inflation will just will just like have a like just like a ripple effect into all those like consumer price, consumer goods price, and for those poor, they originally they don't have enough money to pay off their life right now they're gonna suffer more. And what will happen to those rich? Because like, you know, those rich people, they are not like, you know, doing gambling things, like, you know, they allocate their assets in like bonds, in equities, and with like a stable like growth, and you know, just and a value with stable value growth like over time. So like whenever the inflation is like, you know, just rise like, you know, harder than the you know, their asset value growth, they will have less, you know, they will have less value growth, or even the you know, just the deficit, right? But for those like me, for most of those like middle class in the economy, in the society, it doesn't really matter, seriously. So so I mean, that's just from the macro perspective. So I mean, I'm not a super rich guy, and so inflation for me, I mean, it will just remind me to do some allocation for my asset, for my investment and trading strategy, because I don't have like a, you know, I'm not a one who is like owning 10 houses or owning like billions of bonds and equity. So, you know, the impact from the inflation impact on me is limited. Okay, so not sure if it's clear enough for you, Snowy Sophia. So Gamma, thanks for your question. So SPY is good for day trader. Yeah, definitely. Like SPY is I think the SPY mean like S&P 500 index, right? Definitely. I think like a day trader, you know, they're, you know, just like so many different kind of day trader. I mean, I used to be a day trader for a while, and you know, just I mean, I think it's really, I mean, to be a successful day trader, I think it's really, it's not easy. I mean, a successful day trader usually have to equip with a lot of like knowledge, techniques, and like financial skills, like, you know, mathematics skills, and you know, and all that have to be smart and clever and all that. But also the I mean, in the bottom line, I think the most important thing, the hardest, the most difficult part to be a successful day trader will be the mentality strength. Because like for day trading, like as mentioned before, I mean, day trading is totally different from investing, right? Day trading, for day traders, in order to be a professional day trader, we probably need to like, you know, just like stay very close in front of the, like, you know, trading system, like day after day for like 10 hours or even more. And so yeah, it's really stressful. And I used to be a day trader when I you know, when I was working as an institutional sales, and because of the job, so, you know, I just got an environment, so I had to stay really close to a lot of the you know, financial assets, the future options like stocks. So I just got a chance to spend more time, and also the maybe the technology, the software, the, you know, the lot of like information, you can call that insights or inside information from those like you know, clients, the institutional investors, or, you know, traders and all that. And then I probably spent like 5 to 7 years to do day trading, and then I just found out it's like it's too difficult for me. I mean, then, and I didn't make much money. So in the end, I thought that was not that was not price worthy. That was not efficient for my time and, you know, just capital. So I just like, you know, just like over time, I kind of like, I just make a transfer from like day trading into to have a combination of like a, you know, day trade and investment all together. And yeah, I'm still learning. So I mean, you know, just sorry, it's a little bit too far, but back to the point, like S&P, Like 500 is definitely one of the major target for like a lot of day trader around the globe. Day trader do like, do day trade for a lot of like stock indexes, 500, mini Dow, and all other like a lot of the major like single stock and a lot of the stock indexes, or a lot of people do day trade nowadays for like cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, right? And a lot of people do day trade for like, for commodities, for gold, right? For oil and all that. So I don't know, like gamma, like what's your strategy? What's your trading investment strategy, and what's the, how do you function? Like gamma, would you like to share more so we can discuss further? Okay, so Michael Barry, hi Barrow, any ETFs for recommendation? Actually, I think it's today I'm trying to like, just calm down and relax a little bit, because in the past like couple live stream I try to because it's like, oh, that like, I just started the channel for not too long, for just few months, so I'm still undergoing experiments, so I'm still trying to see like what type of like, just what type of styles or contents, or how I do the live stream or short video will be more helpful, will be catering to the audience better. And but earlier I try to be really, I try harder to be more talkative, to cram a lot of content in the live stream, but I just found like just over a short period of time, I found that might not be really helpful, seriously, because I understand. In like recently, I also did a lot of research to see like how other YouTubers have been doing, financial YouTuber has been doing, and a lot of time like a lot of financial YouTuber like to like talk really fast and talk like speak like, just like rap or like or what. But I'm not a, English is not my mother language, so it's not easy for me to just like, just have a live stream as a, like a rapper and all that, so I'm over time I'm trying to find the better way that I can do live stream, have short video, make things to be more organized and insightful and helpful to the audience, right? So I would like to relax, to calm down, to slow down a little bit more. I would like to function. I would like to, function my brain more, to think more before answering some question, or before like giving away some like sharing or suggestion. So like for example, like the question Michael Barry just asked about like what ETF. Like if I was really in a rush and I was just want to be talkative, I would just like give you some names I just researched recently about like some like Chinese ETF and all that. But to be like responsible for the thing I share, to be logical, I always want to ask, like, there's just like tons of ETFs, right? In different market, or like global ETF, like stock ETF, or like commodity ETF, or so because I don't understand your like trading investment strategy well. So would you like to tell me more about your trading investment strategy, so we can find out like what kind of ETF will fit you better? But before I understand more about you, that's the thing. The reason like strategy we have been trying to do to make some like let's see what's going on. Okay, so One of the meme stock like SGOC just went crazy today to be up for about like 24% right now. Okay, but it doesn't matter. So let's come back to see. Let's take a quick look to see what's going on for some of the Internet of Things stocks, or Chinese stock, Internet of Things stock, and okay. Sorry to be like too talkative like today, because like today I wanna you know be more. I wanna try to express more thoughts, the concept, the thoughts. You know, I thought that might be more valuable. Things like, you know, it's not really you know, this week is not really, you know, doesn't go with a lot of up and down. So, you know, we can just calm down a little bit today to share some thoughts. And so back to like what's ETFs? What's the ETFs? Okay, so because I don't understand the strategy and the style of Michael Barry. So the thing I can share is like, you know, based on some of the topics we talk about, like Chinese stocks, like because you know, the US stock is under a lot of pressure right now because of those things, those like warning signs we have been mentioning over and over again. So, you know, the pullback, the crash, the huge terrible correction might happen like anytime, in probably September or something. And what we can do is to be more conservative, protective, defensive on our assets, right? So at this point, that would be better to do the risk management, the portfolio management, to do the asset allocation, to have some rebalancing, to move some of the capital from a lot of the US stocks I was holding into some of the valuable Chinese stocks, which you know, we have like mentioned in the past whole live stream, and also with all the tickers in the trading system. You can just you know, take notes, you can write them down. You know the Internet of Things, like, you know, like Baba, like Alibaba, JD.com, the two biggest like you know, e-commerce giant, and also Tencent and Pinduoduo, right? And you know, like Chinese version of Google, Baidu, and also like we have like Bilibili, like Chinese version of like YouTube, Bilibili, and Joy, Chinese version of YouTube, right? And also some of the other, all the internet stock here. We're not gonna drill into like, you know, just all of them, but the thing is that I'm like, you know, I'm like moving assets. I'm having a portfolio to cover like 70-80% of the list here and move like, you know, just about like at the very beginning, like 2 weeks ago, I started moving like a 20-30% of my of the capital I used to invest in the US stock. You know, I started with like 20-30% to move the par from those US stock into these type of Chinese stock. And right now, I just like, you know, adding the position up to 50%. Because of what? Because I didn't even know the you know, the rebound will just happen that soon. Like, you know, 2 weeks ago, like 1 week to 2 weeks ago, I would say Chinese stock were bottoming, and then, you know, just a few days, like, you know, last Friday, Chinese stock were rebounded, and then I also want to share some like article today. Let's see. Okay, so we can see that in this article. It says like China plan to ban overseas IPO for tech firms with data security risk source. Okay, in this article, It says like China tech rally fizzles after report on tighter IPO rules. Okay, these are the you know the bad news for like a China IPO, for China stocks today. And but the thing I want to say, like I'm trying, you know, so in my previous short video I was saying, you know, based on my previous working experience on connection, I'm trying to share some like thoughts, and I got from the perspective of institutional investor or corporate insider, instead of you know, thinking from the perspective of retail investors only, right? Because as mentioned, for everything, every person, you know, every scenario, we have to look at it from different aspects, right? So from this article, I was gonna say, what just happened? What just happened to those like Chinese stock, according to these two articles? They obviously some like, you know, it's like further pullback for like Alibaba today, right? Because you know, China is going to have a, you know, after the rebound in the past few days, like China is going to have like further crackdown restriction to those like overseas IPO, right? So, but what's the information we just got last time on this Tuesday, right? Last time Tuesday, we just saw, according to Bloomberg, the MSCI, Morgan Stanley Composite Index, you know, the index company CEO dismisses concern Chinese stocks are uninvestable. And in this article, you can check into the description box for the detail. I copy and paste the link there. You can see, like, overall, like, you know, in short, MSCI CEO was saying, you know, China crackdown just like happened over and over again, every 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in the past couple decades. And the stock market, like Chinese stock, will just have a correction, just have a pullback for like, you know, 30-50% after those crackdowns. But what happened after those crackdown and those like correction? The market, those stocks just like, you know, rebound, recover to pick up, to have another record high soon afterward. So this is said by MSCI CEO, and according to, based on what I have learned and heard and saw in the past, like, you know, there might be like, you know, you can call that scam, you can call that collusion or collaboration, or it's a plan or plot or sophisticated, like, you know, scheme and whatever. But, you know, we mentioned that like over and over again in the past in the past couple live stream. The China government is not, you know, I'm not sure if they are smart enough or what, but at least they try to be smart, right? They are not gonna do like stupid things, whatever, you know, to crack down the market, to make all the investors and traders to lose money, and, you know, to burn their ass or what, right? So I would say they just pull back the market, they just crush the market, like on purpose, by sophisticated, well planned, you know, just strategy, with all the corporate insiders and, you know, those like, you know, just people in the beneficial groups. Like, most of them are obviously like Chinese owned asset managers, right? So even we know, like, you can see, this is said by the news, right? Just you know, the news just happened today. It says like retail traders pile into China stocks in deep buying mode. You know, this is not just happen like, you know, these days. It's been happening you know, things like July and even much earlier. You know, this depends on what type of trader investor or what type of institutional investor you are. Okay, so like Cathie Wu was cropped. Cathie Wu was kicked out like, you know, a couple of weeks ago, but she just came back again last week, you know, because I mentioned like Cathie Wu, because like she's a fund manager, so she has a very hard stop loss, like maybe 30-50% in certain, you know, in the industry, in certain single stock. So when the loss just like, you know, just reach the limit to trigger, you know, the sell off, they just have to be out for a while, or she just have to be out for like a few days or 1 week or something. But obviously she's in love with Chinese stocks, so she came back again. And you know, like Cathie Wu is the bargain hunter for all the Chinese stock right now. Okay, so why I was saying, you know, I'm not drilling into all the like ticker for all the details today. I just wanna convey the bigger picture of the concept today. You know, the strategy. How you know, just months ago, for example, like I use like 90% of my stock portfolio. I allocate 90% of my stock portfolio in US stock, but like 2-3 weeks ago, thanks for my marketing like analyst friends, you know, just, you know, share about all the like, you know, China crackdown Chinese stock crashes. I found it totally, you know, just super great opportunity for us to buy the dip. So I just started you know, transferring 20-30% of those capital in US stock into Chinese stock, and then I just even, you know, adding more up to like 50% of those capital in US stock into Chinese, because US stocks are under pressure and Chinese stocks are in huge discount. Okay, simple, right? And you can see Cathie Wu buys the China dip with the e-commerce stock. Okay, Chinese stocks, risk and opportunity. You can just like Google it. There are just tons of like article information online for you to go through. But the thing I want to say is that I mean, we never you know, look at any person from only one perspective. We better, you know, look at every person to have a more like, you know, to be more thoughtful, considerable, with more views from different perspectives. Okay, and then we need to have our own independent thoughts and, you know, to function our brand. Okay, instead of like, you know, just like falling back and forth with like, you know, all the noise, the white noise in the market. In that case, we will just fuck up. We will just blow up our account, right? That's you know, just so we can you know, just like go to the south and go to the north, go to the east and go to the west, like to follow different information. In the end, we can collect information from every angle, from every direction, from every corner. But in the end, we need to digest. We need to filter. We need to organize them, integrate them into our own decision, to make our own decision. Okay. But of course, decision can be changed, like, you know, just like, you know, just like swiftly, like day after day, or, you know, over time. But we have to think and make our own decision. You know, that's the thing. And so soda cookie, China stocks are really interesting lately. Yes, definitely. So I'm not sure if you are buying or have been holding any. If you don't mind, please let me know and we can talk more. So gamma isn't that rigged? If it's the case, I don't. Sorry, like gamma isn't that rigged? I don't know what you mean. So could you like you know, tell me more? So, you know. Okay, so that's okay. So today I also want to I also want to like just remind you one thing. We don't once again, like I know I'm still like kind of like talkative, like emotional, aggressive today, but I'm trying to be less talkative. I'm trying to be less emotional, less aggressive. I'm trying to be more organized, trying to be more brief, to be more just because I mean, like originally my personality is not that much talkative. I don't want to like just for example, like a lot of time, because I mean, okay, I'm holding like a Taiwanese passport, like American passport, and you might think, oh, I'm like Chinese looking or whatever, but so I mean, besides all that, I mean, I think I understand more about the difference between like Asian and and white, right? I understand the difference more between like American and Asian, right? A lot of times, like a lot of times is I think like for like American, right, especially young American, right? We just like to like keep talking and like speaking really fast like a rapper and all that, and to kind of like prove that we are really capable and really knowledgeable, can speak a lot of things really quick and all that. But is that really like I mean I respect that, but the thing is like maybe like sometimes it's more for like for show, for entertaining purpose, right? Because a lot of times like for example, this day I try to research over a lot of like YouTubers channels, and then I just found, oh, they just like keep talking like it's over like 1 hour, 2 hours. So what's the point? What's the like meaningful things? What's the things I can learn like valuable like from that 1 hour? Probably I can just organize into 3 minutes. So that's the thing. I think easy really I mean so after all that, I really don't wanna create a channel to waste the time from both of us, right? I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to waste my time, so I just try. So I mean, I still need to just find the way I can do better to be helpful, to create some value, right? So I'm trying to be not that much talkative and talking too much bullshit. Although I'm still like talking a lot of bullshit, but please forgive me and let me know how I can improve. And I really appreciate your comments and advice. And so yeah, Friday. Okay, so yeah, the things like I was trying to share, like one of the major things, like because in the third quarter, what's some big things in the third quarter? Okay, obviously the taper from the Fed, the more hawkish view for the taper from the Fed, that's one thing. And just rising, worsening inflation, that's a second thing. And then Delta variant COVID-19 like spreading further is the third thing. And then rise, the Biden government gonna raise like corporate tax, and the corporate like profit margin will be narrow, so the economy will be peaking in the third quarter. That's the fourth. That's another. These are some of the major things. And I want to share this, like so a lot of times I use this like world meter to check out the update for like coronavirus. So obviously we know that like coronavirus, the spreading, the Delta variant is like came back up in the past like since like July. So it's another big wave like coming up for this is the this is the chart for daily new cases in the United States. So we, I mean, the all American, we gonna like just please just like be protective, just like do our best, try our best to stay safe, to stay clean, and to get like vaccinated and wash your hands and stay social distance and all that. And it's the same thing. It's not for the US. It's a third wave like coming up for the entire for the globe. So yeah, just give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, sorry for the pause and the yes, as you can see the chart, the virus, the pandemic seems not letting us go. So, and a lot of people say it's going to be a new normal to impact our life, like everyone's life, the economy, the stock market. So that's also a bad news for the US stock market, okay? And that's also one of the major things why I'm transferring more position from the US stock market into those like Chinese stocks, okay? That's also why, because if you can do like more like a research and study like the China economy, and the it's, of course it's also like suffering, it's also undergoing like a lot of the negative impacts from the COVID-19 the pandemic, but it's relatively so let's see what's going on for the so we just let's see what's we saw like China America, like US, the US coronavirus cases, like new cases and death are like picking up again for the third wave. And so I was going to see what's going on for like China. Okay. So, but a lot of people say, oh, the data here about China might be fake. So, that's like political discussion. So I don't, but you can see, so at least like by the data, by just the World Health Organization, the data, it's it's more. I mean, the coronavirus, the pandemic in China is much more under control compared to that in the US. So that's the thing. I mean, from the perspective of like the pandemic, and also like the China government has been just cracking down, imposing a lot of like restriction to from one side we think, oh, that's bad for business, but from China government perspective, from Chinese people perspective, they are trying to having a reform to make the economy, to make the business, to make all the corporate and business like investors, in a more a healthier environment in the long run, to have a more stable and long-lasting economy recovery and growth. That's set by the government, China government, right? And so they are just like they just buckle down, like spare nothing to kind of like stimulate the the domestic consumption right now. They're trying to have build a like a isolation between the bad thing happening globally and the domestic growth in the economy in China. Okay, so I'm not sure if you all understand what I'm saying. So that's what, because I think like I was a strong believer for U.S. economy, for capitalism, and all that in the past like couple of decades. But right now we obviously seeing a lot of like problem issue like happening in the U.S. market right now, right? No matter for like from the political perspective and the economic perspective, financial perspective, like like racial, like social perspective, and all that. We have been seeing a lot of problems. So it's really a time for us to think deeply how we can get them resolved. Okay, and when we're trying to be biased, when we're trying to still trying to be biased and having discrimination against like Chinese, against like China government, while they're actually they actually having a really steady and firm position to improve their economy, to improve their standard of life and all that. And that's the thing. I'm like I'm changing my thoughts, and also like switching the my investment position from the US stock into China stock. Here, okay. And so later on, I think like because this is a new trend. This is a new trend, which is like turning to be a new normal. So we definitely will have more time to cover more details, like into all the to have more deep dive into all the Chinese stocks here. And let's see, Chinese are. Thanks for your time, like, and chat. So it's about, let's see what's going on for the US stock market so far. So the S&P 500 is up for about like 0.65%, and Dow Jones Industrial is up for about like 0.57%, while Nasdaq is up for about 0.7%. And what is happening for like Jerome Powell's like speech? Let's see. It seems is Jerome Powell's speech is the right now so far. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell like speaks on economic outlook right now, but obviously it doesn't have a very strong direction for for those like bearish or bullish investor. So the markets, the US stock markets, are not moving that much. But it's towards the end of our live stream, and definitely we will have a review to see how the speech today from Jerome Powell will impact the stock market further in the third quarter. Okay, and then let's see if I missed out anything. And also, I was going to share like one of the things, like 3 strong buy stocks showing monster growth. I think this is interesting. I will copy and paste this article in the description box. You can check into that. Basically, like two out of the 3 are like biotech company, which are very interesting. I can show you like one of the ticker, like CLDX. We can see CLDX. I think like other than those like, you know, big tech company, like some of the like a US like a biotech company are going to be really strong because of the background, the history background, the environment and all that. And we can, yeah, that's a thing I would like to do more research to cover more detail to say like how, like why US is really good at, how like US have a lot of you know, good and strong pharmaceutical company right now. Okay, and this is one of the ticker CLDX, Celldex Therapeutics, and we can see the price of Celldex Therapeutics in the from the pandemic low in March 2020 to now. It was like it was around just like $1.5 at the, you know, in the pandemic low in March 2020 last year, and right now it's like about like $52. So, you know, it's like Celldex is like, you know, specializing in a lot of like the that's going to be more detailed, and I will cover some of the things in another short video. So please like check, like, you know, just leave some of your thoughts and comments, and never forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and stay tuned, and I will come up with a short video for these 3 stocks very soon, so to share with you. And if time allow, I will have more sharing about these like in the next live stream. And so that's about like the thing we have today. And so thanks for your time and watching. And so it's Friday again, and I wish you all the best in the weekend. I hope you will have a great weekend, and you know, I hope all of you have enjoyed the week so far. And so otherwise I look forward to having more with you in the next one. Check it out.